Hello, welcome everybody. It has been a very hot minute since I've been on. For all of you who tune in regularly, you may have noticed I did not do a full moon in Libra video. Wow, I'm coming to you on April 17th, sorry. We are in eclipse season, Aries season. We're going to be experiencing, and many of us are already feeling, the energy of this new moon solar eclipse. Very intense, fiery energy, right? But also being asked for us to ground this energy into our bodies, to ground this energy into the earth plane, because this eclipse is happening very near the North Node in Taurus. The North Node is the direction that the collective needs to be heading. A lot of us have been reflecting and going back over relationships. And with this being a N degree, 29 degrees of Aries eclipse, new moon, with the North Node right there conjunct, very nearby, we're asking to being asked and guided to redefine who we are, to reclaim our authority, to reclaim our identity as sovereign beings, to not get lost in relationships that are not healthy, to not get lost in relationships with the control factor that's been taking place on the earth plane, the hijacked energy of our own divine will and our own divine power. Mars represents the sign of Aries, the planet of action, the planet of assertiveness. On the low vibration, it can be also the energy of anger. So we're being asked at this time to reclaim ourselves, to stop giving away our power and our energy to people or structures or systems that are outside of us, that are trying to dictate over our own will. We're all here on the earth plane to express, to create. We have to reclaim our self-identity. We have to remember that we're divine and that we have everything within ourselves to make the right decisions for ourselves instead of giving our power away. So Aries rules over the solar plexus chakra, and feeling that energy of yellow, our divine will, our self-worth. So we're being guided and asked. I love this astrology because of this, because we're just in these cycles and being able to work with these energies, surrendering when we feel defeated, surrendering when we feel like we haven't been healing the layers and removing the identities that maybe other people put upon us that we accepted. And so really visualizing the solar plexus chakra, and getting back to our divine will, remembering that we're worthy of good, that we're here on this planet and it's actually a gift, even though it's definitely crazy times, right? We're seeing a lot of people playing out roles in the collective that do not have the self-awareness. They've forgotten who they are. So we have a lot of different personalities, right? Because on the low aspect, Aries energy can be selfish and self-indulged, and sometimes even aloof, I've noticed, because I do have a lot of Aries friends, people that I know in my immediate surroundings. So it's important for us to be able to kind of balance that out, right? At the time of this eclipse, the ruling planet of Aries, Mars, is in the sign of Cancer, where it's not exactly comfortable. So we may have a lot of emotions, a lot of the nurturing and a lot of the motherly energy coming up. We're being asked to look into those feelings, look into those emotions, heal the layers, right? the fact of the matter is our mothers, our birth mothers on the earth plane, did what they could do, did the best they could do. Many of us were born into mothers that were not self-realized and self-aware. They were giving their energy away, whether it should be to a husband, to the government, to schooling systems, all this indoctrination, all these structures that have molded humanity. It doesn't look like it's working out too well, does it? And so I know the opportunity, especially when the crazy madness got amped up a few years ago with the whole pandemic, it was a time and an opportunity for us to go inner, to do our healing, and to be able to evolve. And now with this huge, powerful new moon in Aries, new moons are always about initiating, right? And then we have that Aries energy, which is cardinal. So that's an initiating energy as well. And then the eclipses are always about being done with something, being eclipsed out of the life. But it's also like this healthy balance of a new initiation, a lot of metamorphosis going on within people. And this is happening whether people are aware or not. So with the thought in mind of getting back to our own divine will, to have a healthy balance between ourselves, right? Because the opposite sign of Aries is Libra. That's the relationships that we interact with in our lives, whether it be significant others, whether it be children, whether it be schooling indoctrination, whether it be government and fuckery. So getting back to self, peeling back a lot of layers of healing so that we can rise, right? And take that fire energy of Aries, with Mars being the ruling planet, which is an action planet, and using it in a healthy, balanced way of redefining who you are, healing a lot of with the North Node in Taurus, South Node, what we're letting go of. Our souls are used to the aspects of the South Node. It's what we're used to. It's what we've been comfortable with. It's something that we may have experienced many lifetimes. And now with the North Node, we need to gain new footing, a new awareness. It may not be comfortable. You may feel like a child who's taking your first few steps in your life because there's a newness there. And with that South Node in Scorpio, the North Node right here with this eclipse, the eclipses always happen with the nodes of the moon. We're asking to take baby steps, even if it's planting a seed, initiating a newness within us. We don't have to be defined by our past. We don't have to be defined by wounds. We don't have to be defined by others. And we sure as hell didn't come on this planet to be ruled over by people who do not have the best interest of us, whether it be a relationship with somebody personally in your life, or whether it be the government or have not. So we're asked to get today and now, and this effect and this energy through the next 6 months with the eclipse energy. I see a huge time of many of us seeing this come into fruition by planting the seeds now. Beltane Festival, which is symbolic of the spirit of fire, the regeneration, the newness, the fertility, all of redefining or remembering who we are so that we're not lost in the collective as that's all being dismantled, revealed, revelations, I like to say. And then again, with this freedom-seeking Aries energy, fire energy, self-reliant energy, being able to take action and take steps forward, right? Mars being the action planet on a new way for yourself. Again, like I was saying with the South Node in Scorpio, it can feel uncomfortable. We can have fears coming up that surprise us even, of where you're just scared to take the new steps of newness, whether it be newness in your relationship to yourself, which is ultimately with the Aries energy, the most important, right? Because Aries rules the first house. Boom, we're in the earth plane, spirit of fire. We've all been given sovereignty by the God creator source, divine will. And it's important for us to get back to that because many of us have been hijacked. We just came into the program not knowing we were even in a program, right? So I want to read real quick. I have an astrological planetary guide that I've bought, and I buy it every year, but I want to go ahead and just read a little bit about this. An otherworldly sense of electricity and expectation pervades the first 3 days of this week, as it is often the case during the period immediately preceding an eclipse. You may feel like you are walking in a dream landscape. So if you're feeling floaty, lofty, I know last night I was like this. Like my mind was awake a lot during the night, just feeling like we're in foreign territory because we are energetically, right? Just know that you are right on par for course. So this is important for us to be gentle with ourselves. And I just want to pause with this before I go on, of feeling like I was saying, our souls are used to south node energy because it's something we've been lifetime after lifetime. Now collectively, the north node in Taurus, this is newness for us. What is Taurus? Newness to our body, newness to what we value, our resources, our senses. Taurus energy rules over the shoulder and neck, so you may be feeling a lot of shoulder neck tension, as I am. Aries rules over the head, the eyes. So many of us have been feeling headaches or head pressure. We just have to self-nurture, hydrate, maybe even go for massage to help our body integrate this energy. And so we feel like we're in this foreign territory, as I was saying, where there's something that we haven't quite explored before because we haven't. So if you're feeling floaty, even maybe in the head, or a little bit lofty, we've had a lot of solar energy. I know today as I'm coming to you, the Schumann resonance, which is Gaia's heartbeat and the magnetic field around it, which is also representative of us, right? There's a whiteout again. So we're integrating so much from the solar energy, from the galactic energy. It's always us and the vast universe speaking to each other back and forth. When you become very in tune with your body, you'll feel these as your energetic body grows. We are more than just the body. That's why some people can't logically make sense of it. It's because we have this aura around us and this energy field around us that when we're unaware, we absorb energies from not only others, but the solar energy coming in too, being aware of that. Like, wow, we're changing so much. So we have to know our worth, right? Back to the solar plexus. We have to know that we are children of Creator God, the universe, to know that we're more than the body and that our divine will, our spirit of fire chose to be here for whatever your purpose may be, right? Just to hold the light. So something is taking shape in the ether, but it is yet to fully form. When the solar eclipse detonates on Thursday, it brings the confidence to stand up to bullies and construct solid, more stable structures for the future. Events that arise at the eclipse will urge us to push the pause button so we can better review certain situations and implement more radical, idealistic changes instead of just going full steam ahead with the status quo. Standing up to the bullies, are you kidding me? This is the prime example to break everything down, what's happening within ourselves and the collective. It's the classic empath, somebody who's living heart-centered and feelings and emotional and considerate of others, versus the narcissistic psychic vampires, right? That want to put their thumb down on humanity and tell us that we're going to eat bugs and tell us that we're going to live without homes and this, that, and the other and be happy. Meanwhile, they fly around on their private jets. No more. Nope. The warrior, totally representative of Aries. The spiritual warrior, we're being asked, each one of us, to rise, to remember that, to draw a line in the sand with the bullies and say, no more. I'm taking back my accountability over my body, my energy body, my emotions. You will not feed on me and you will not suppress me. Again, North Node right there in Taurus, throat chakra, shoulders, speaking up when you need to speak up. I'm not talking about what somebody did or said behind their back to somebody else. No, to the person. No more to the bullies, whether it be the indoctrination of our children, the very planned confusion with our children's physical identity of male, female. Fuck that. That's what my Aries spiritual warrior says. If I had small children, I would have took them out of school at the beginning of these shenanigans and be very observant of what's happening. So speaking up right when we need to. So the day after this eclipse, Mercury, the planet of communication, our intellect, will be going retrograde in the sign of Taurus. It's an excellent time to clear out old work before beginning new projects. Advice to get you through the week. Make sure your foundations are sturdy before building new framework. The top astrological event, which is what I'm doing this video for today, is on Thursday. The new moon solar eclipse in Aries is making a square to Pluto, who's at the very beginning degrees of Aquarius, where Pluto is the death and the rebirth, the death of your old version of yourself, the death of being submissive to those bullies, right? It's where the rebel spirit's being asked to stand up, fight against authoritarian control, right? Because Aquarius rules over the people. Pluto is here telling us to transform it. Stop being compliant. Take back authority over yourself. That is the message. And I can feel it, right? I've been feeling this brewing for about a week and a half. When we went through that full moon in Libra, I had a lot of, which was on April 6th, lots of reviewing and reflection about relationships of the past, whether it be ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends, childhood, upbringing, old versions of yourselves. You could even be grieving that. We are being asked to remember our divinity, remember our spirit of fire. And again, with it being right there with the North Node in Taurus, the direction we need to head, I can see we're going to intensify the energy that we're already seeing with the banking system, because the American dollar is just paper. It's not backed by anything anymore. It's all a bunch of fucking shenanigans. So resources, values, and where we can find beauty in all of this messy transformation, right? And never forget to remember that everything you've been through does not have to define you. What we're being asked is to make it shape us into a better version of ourselves. So that's that. Thank you, God, Creator Source, for always being by my side, always having my back, guiding me, encouraging all those who tune in and listen. We give thanks in advance for any of the messages that we pull for this new moon in Aries, redefining ourselves, remembering who we are. And we give thanks for any messages that may cause us to reflect, to have aha moments. Thanks in advance. So many of us may be feeling intensified heat through our bodies. And again, like I was saying earlier, tension in the shoulders, headaches, eye vision adjusting. Again, that's something that's been happening for quite a while, but that's going to continue, where we can feel in the physical sense, reddening eyes, dry eyes, blurry vision. And then on the esoteric side of that, gaining new perspectives, seeing things from a new lens, right? Many epiphanies. So firstly, from the Twin Flame Journey Tarot, we're going to pull a little message here and see what we have for this eclipse. As soon as Mars went into Cancer, boom, action in my home. So I have a lot of remodeling going on. I have a lot of more physical energy to start doing that. It's been like stalled out for quite a while. So that's another reason I haven't been on. But personally, I've been going through a lot of like emotional, intense energies within me. So thank you so much for staying with me. If you're new today, I hope you like it here. I hope you're encouraged, and I hope you stay, like, subscribe, share it out to whoever may benefit from what you are tuned in to listen to today. And if anything that comes up doesn't resonate now, tuck it away, because it will surely make sense within the next 6 months. We have a fire energy. The first message that we have for this new moon in Aries is the Six of Wands. This is a freedom-loving card. This is a message that tells us that we need to feel inspired. We need to recognize the growth that we've been through. We need to recognize that we're worthy of goodness, and that we're going to plant the seeds with this new moon and this eclipse energy to get rid of anything that's bogging us down, depressing us, holding us back from our true success, how we see success within us. So the Six of Wands energy, to me, sixes are harmonious. So many of you, if you're not feeling this already, you may within the next 6 months start feeling more yourself, getting back to the basics of like, this isn't what I am. I did this because other people had these expectations or whatever. I put them on myself even. Now is the time to rise above it. Now is the time to know you're worthy of success, whatever that is for you in your life, right? To recognize the things that you've overcome, right? You see this person standing there with their arms, freedom, right? Standing on this little mound, this mountain, all the beautiful energy of the sky around them, being able to breathe deep down into the belly, to have a little bit of self-recognition, right? All of us have been through wounds. All of us have been through trials, tribulations. I mean, the earth plane is rough. So we need to recognize that we're doing the best that we can. And if you haven't been, it's never too late. Do something you're passionate about. The spirit of fire is about that, right? It's able to transform and transmute, let go down. He's got a backpack on. You don't have to feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You can take time for you to recognize that you're spiritually courageous. I've been doing a lot of talking with spirit at nighttime because I get cycling in fears and traumas because of the PTSD. And I've really been surrendering that and asking for more faith, for more remembering of who I am. And just a remembering that I am, and you are more than the body. We're spirit, and we're here to live out this experience. It don't have to be the school of hard knocks, but because we don't remember that many of us have been hijacked, whether it be by, I always say we're in a spiritual war right now, because it's very obvious, especially over the past 3 years, that there's people on the planet that are complete psychopaths that think they're going to determine how the rest of us live, right? And so just like my book was saying, it's time to say no more to the bullies, taking back authority over ourselves. So let's get a message from the Animal Oracle. Again, like I was saying, we have a big, huge Schumann spike today. I'm very hot in the face right now. Like I feel I need to hydrate more. We need to do that anyway, even though we're going into Taurus season. Also, right after this eclipse, we need to make sure we're hydrating because we are currently still in the spirit of fire, and there's a lot of energy there, right? Jupiter, Chiron, the wounded healer. Jupiter expands everything. We have a Mercury is currently in Taurus, I do believe already, because that's what it's going retrograde in on Friday, the 21st. So yeah, hydrate. Butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Card 11. I've been getting a lot of synchronicities on the clock. I don't know if you guys have been, but I've been getting 10, 10, 11, 11. You'll go through these times where you see them a lot and then you don't. And then all of a sudden they ramp up again, and just goes to show that we're being supported and that we're in more transformational times, right? Butterfly spirit. It's not always pretty when the butterfly is in the cocoon and doing its thing. It's messy. When we're going through life's trials and tests, it's messy. But we are destined for success, being children of God, Creator, Source. We need to recognize that and give ourselves a little bit of, slack, which I'm my worst critic, so that's definitely speaking to me. And know that there is beautifulness on the other side of all the messiness, right? Joy in the beautiful lightness of being alive and creative in the world is the focus when butterfly spirit flutters before you. And we do have a square with the Pluto energy. So Pluto is transformation, death and rebirth, right? Symbolically. Squares are always tension. So you could be feeling this friction, right? Transformation is inevitable as you grow into the most beautiful, empowered self. Indeed, you will go through some uncomfortable stages as you let go of the forms of your life that no longer fit the new you. Even relationships must go through shifts to match your new emerging self. If you focus on the beauty and not the challenges, stop taking yourself too seriously and choose to be playful, loving, joyous, you will soon know the miracle your soul wants to experience through you. Today is a day for joy. So, all right, look around and see the beauty that is everywhere and in everyone, including you. I know this is happening for me, and I'm just going to share this so it may relate. I've isolated quite a bit over the past 9 years, and when I get out and about, the PTSD, the anxiety creates a very, very crippling effect on me. And I've been making myself get out of my comfort zone. This is the energy. We need to step out of our comfort zones. We are going to feel a little wobbly when we first start doing it. But when we head towards the north, our true destiny of more joy, less seriousness, right? I'm fucking guilty of it. I have double earth. I'm a sun sign Virgo with a Taurus moon. I do take things too seriously. And we're being asked to find the success in this transformation, to be a little more freedom loving, to not be scared to step out of the box. Even if you're fearing something like me Saturday, getting out around a bunch of people, I knew anxiety would come, but I sat in it. I went outside and grounded and got away from all the loudness and whatever for a while. And I felt good. I was emotional the night after, but we have to step out of our comfort zones. We're all being asked that. We need to speak up against the bullies, because listen to me, humanity is not going in a good direction if we don't say line in the sand to the WHO agenda, the 2030 agenda, you'll own nothing and be happy. We have to do it now. And what better time to do it with this eclipse energy in Aries season, just before it heads into Taurus season of spirit of fire, being a little bit of rebellious, you defining who you are instead of allowing other people or other systems define who you are. So remember that there is goodness on the other side of all the things that in the layers that we're letting go of. So from my Star Codes Astro Oracle, boy, have I missed doing my card messages. Pardon me. Again, thanks for staying with me, because I'm going through all of this just as I shared today. Plus, major home remodeling going on, and it was stalled out for a while. So here we go. 9th house, exploration. We're asked to step out of our comfort zones and explore. 9th house is represented by Sagittarius. So even our spiritualness, having a newfound faith in yourself, being able to explore new ways to not worry about being, well, we got to stop being, and I'm guilty of this with the Taurus moon, just being comfortable. We got to step out. We got to explore. We got to explore new perspectives. We got to explore new ways of doing things, right? Because who wants to keep going the way it has been? Frankly, humanity isn't going down the path that I'd like to see it go down. So exploring and tapping into, we have to have huge faith. And that's another thing I've been praying at night too, is that the divine remind me who I am, that I have more faith than I do fear. Take the fear. It does not define who I am. It's a liar. I'm just being real. I have a lot of it come up. And I think partly to do with the cycling of the PTSD, right? And getting too comfortable where we are. We have to step out and explore whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you is what's going to light a passion within you. That's what you need to follow. And that may come up with this eclipse energy and this new moon. Juno partnership. Well, there we go. Lots of us reflecting on. Starts with self. We weren't taught this. We were taught to be, many of us, people pleasers, codependent, and worried about what other people think. We need to take back authority over the relationships first with ourselves, then we can go for the partnerships, the unions, the relationships with others. That's coming up. Again, that full moon in Libra was pretty intense. I had childhood stuff coming up again, like really? Let's go beyond that. And don't feel defeated when you have these layers and layers of stuff coming up. What I've noticed over the past 10 years is you think that you've like overcome something, and then you'll have a little trigger and it'll set you back because you're judging it. Don't worry about it. It's coming up for you to maybe see another perspective. It's maybe coming up again so you can transform up out of it even higher in your spiral evolution, right? I wasn't aware of that before. I used to get frustrated when I'd have something else come back up. No, just another lesson, another layer, and you will evolve up out of it as long as you have that awareness and that self-worth knowing of who you are. 10th house, authority. Okay, the 9th and 10th house here. Take back authority over who you are. 10th house is represented by Capricorn. This is our structures. This is our legacy we want to leave behind. Do you want to be the one leaving behind? I know this is huge because a lot of generations passed on things to the younger generations. We all do it. But what lineage, what cycle, what legacy? Are you going to break the cycle? Because this Aries new moon solar eclipse is asking us to do just that, redefine who we are, feel success within yourself. Yes, transformation is painful, but it's also beautiful because as you evolve out of it, as things come up, whether it be partnerships with yourself or others, take authority back over yourselves, because we do have that hierarchy that's still trying to put their thumb down, the psychopaths, as I call it, on the rest of us on how we should live. Complete tracking, tracing, and surveillance. Be very cautious of the grooming that they're doing for the central bank digital currency. That is nothing more than complete surveillance of what you do, what you buy, where you go. Never, ever, ever conform to it. Now is your time. Spiritual Aries courageousness to step out of the box, step out of your comfort zone. Do not conform to somebody else's, whether it be the government or whoever, authoritarian and dictatorship over top of you. And still we rise. That's what I say. And the I am affirmation for this new moon in Aries eclipse is, I am willing to let go. Let go of fear. Let go of negative self-talk. Whatever you first think of when this message comes around, I am willing to let go of it. Continually let go of it, no matter how many times you have to. When we let go, we open up opportunity for newness, for resurrection, right? This is all taking place after Easter, which is mainly symbolically a time of resurrection. Aries season takes us into a new spirit of fire, a new passion, a new time of transformation and growth. As we move forward now into Taurus season, we're asking to embody it. Our values may be changing. What we found in beauty in the old version of ourselves may not be the same today. Transform, let go. You will succeed with your passion and your spirit of fire. I hope this resonates with you. I hope you enjoyed it. Much love to you guys, and shalom, shalom.